the independent auditor's report. And with the description of the report, we begin with the report of financial statements, the first paragraph, and we have a paragraph defining management responsibility, and with the financial statements, and also then we have an audit responsibility. On page B, we have the opinion on the report. And in our opinion, these financial statements are presented fairly in all material respects, in respect to financial position, other governmental funds, business type activities, the aggregate blended percentage component units, each major fund, and the remaining fund information for the city of Juan, Texas. We don't have any reservations on this report, or qualifications. We do have two other reports in the back of the report. One defining the compliance with federal grants that you have, and another one defining the major programs that you have in the year. The next item I would like to address is on page D. It's management discussion and analysis, and this area provides some highlights of the audit. And I wanted to go over it because it appears that it's got some conflicting information in it if you read it. On the first paragraph, the first bullet we have, we notice that the net position for the city increased to 68 million as a result of this year's operations. Governmental activities was 26,161 million, with a balance of 22 million from the business type activities, which is your water and sewer. Now, the statement of activities on governmental and business type activities, the total governmental-wide net position for the city increased by 2,857,000, which is an increase of 1,256,000 on the governmental funds, and 1,600,000 from the business activity funds and activity funds. Then, if you look down below, on the fourth bullet, we say as September 30, 2018, the city's governmental funds reported expenditures in excess of revenues of 2,492,000. Thus, decreases the fund balance to 9 million. So this is a contradiction from the first paragraph, where we say that we have, in other words, we have more revenues than expenses. And that's because we present the governmental funds in two bases. On the very front of the report, we present the general fiscal accounting principle, on the principles, which is an accrual basis of accounting. Then when we go to the next section, it's presented almost on a cash basis. So we just recognize revenues and expenses for the year. And expenses include the purchase of your assets, your construction costs, and includes any purchase of equipment or land. On the first section, all of those items are included in assets and not in the operating expenses like we do in the other section. On page 1 and 2, we have the statement of net position or balance sheets for the whole city. We have the governmental activities, business type activities, where we have a total for the assets. On the other page, on the page number 2, we have the liabilities and deferred flows and resources on the net position of the city. At the very top, we begin with the cash that we have available, and we have $4,900,000 for operations. We have investments of $4,200,000 and $1,880,000 in receivables in governmental funds. Water and sewer and sanitation have $7,308,000. They have investment of $4,700,000. And the fund balance on page 2, or the net position of the general fund, is $26,106,000. The utility fund is $22,219,000, for a total of $68 million. So like we brought it up in front. On page 3 and 4, there is a statement of activities for both governmental and business type activities. On the very top, we begin with the governmental activities, where we have the general government, public safety, culture, recreation, economic development, interest on the long-term debt, and total expenses were $13,621,000. We have the charges for the services that the general fund provided of $904,000. We have some grants of $602,000. And then we have some capital grants and contributions of $955,000. Most of the contributions to grants are in the EDC fund. Down below that, we have the expenditures for the business type activities of $7,266,000, and the fees and the utility fund charge of $8,005,000. Then at the very bottom of page 4, we have the other revenues, the general revenues of the governmental funds of $12 million, and we end up with a change in financial position of $1,256,000, which means that our revenues exceeded expenses by $1,002,000. On the business type activities, the changes in net position of $1,006,000, which is again the difference between revenues and expenses. Any questions? On pages of, I'm going to make sure that pages 89. Pages 89, we have the statement of revenues, expenditures, and changes in fund balance. This is the governmental funds, based on the governmental basis of accounting. We have on the left-hand column on page 8, we have the general fund, debt service fund, economic development fund, and the non-major funds. At the very top, on page 9, on the column for 2018, our total revenues were $15 million versus $14 million last year. Expenditures were $19 million versus $22 million the prior year. And here we have the expenses exceeding revenues by $3,360,000. We have other revenues of $868,000, and we have the expenses exceeding revenues by $3,004,000, which is the other one. The main difference here is that we expense $4,754,000 in capital outlay, which was the street construction. Most of it was spent in the general fund. We had $2,505,000, and then the economic development fund had $2,193,000. No, I'm sorry. The economic development spent $1,009,000 in the TDA project, and then the non-major governmental fund spent $2,193,000 for a total of $4,007,000. So, but all of these was all planned in your budget. It was not something that you derail at the end of the year, in terms of having more expenditures than revenues. On pages,
Mr. Garcia, just to be clear that these are the assets that we're talking about, the street improvements, not necessarily expenditures that were expended.
so,
This expenditures, it has to do with the street improvements, right?
yes,
Not necessarily over expenditures. So what he's saying is that we're not overspending monies, it's just something that we budgeted for the previous year on street improvements. So that's where we're getting the expenditures.
on page 11, we have the comparison of the revenues and expenditures of the budget. And if you look at the column at the very top, we have the budget as the original budget and the final budget and the action. Our final budget, we had $15,241,000. We received $15,799,000, so you're ahead by $518,000. On the expenditures, we budgeted $17,898,000, we spent $19 million, so we're over $1,221,000. And again, that's just your capital outlay. And usually that happens when you have grants or the projects get accelerated and more than what you expected to do. And this year you need a lot of construction. You used all the money you had accumulated in prior years for these projects. And part of it was grants and part of it was your money. Any questions? On the utility funds, which start on page 12. Page 12, we have the statement of net position or balance sheet for the utility fund, which is the water and sewer. Then we have the solid waste fund and for the non-major enterprise funds. And below that, where we have the liabilities and net position. Overall, our assets went up from 59 million last year to 61 million this year. Our cash decreased by 945,000 from the previous year. But again, this was all part of your accumulation of funds in the prior year with the construction projects that you had during the year. And then down below that, we have the liabilities. Our liabilities increased from 19,399 to 19,723. And these were because we issued some bonds of 1,270,000 in a year. And I have to say that it's a pretty good decision because you issued the bonds, your debt didn't go up that much. It didn't go up 1,270,000, it went up 453,000. But the other thing is it evened out the payment schedule on those bonds. Instead of, you were already near almost $1 million in principal payments a year. With this bond issue, they were able to even them all out, so your annual payments dropped down to $750,000. So that was a very good decision on part of the city. The other thing was that you issued 2 bond issues during the year, and the both were issued at premium. So in other words, you got more money out of those bonds than normal. When you issue the bond for $1 million, and you got $1.2 million. That's what they call a premium. Any questions on this portion of the audit? The one area that I wanted to look at, go over with you is on page 14 and 15, which is the statement of cash flows, specifically on the utility fund, because there was a lot of changes in it. And this one summarizes pretty much your operations for the year. On the column that says utility fund, the very top section, we show net cash provided by operating activities of $1,005,000. The solid waste department had $570,000, and for the non-major enterprise fund, we have a negative $49,000, for a total of $2,050,000 in revenues from operating activities. Then we have some adjustments. You transfer some money from the non-major enterprise fund to the utility fund, $1,009,000, and then you spent in the utility fund $3,312,000 in your new construction. The sanitation spent $65,000 for a total of $3,200,000. The next item that is large is, of course, your retirement of your debt of $735,000. And then you had on the non-major fund, you spent some of the bond issues. Some of the bond issue coming in $1,270,000, and then you had $266,000 of interest paid on the debt. So in the end, you used up $3,009,000 on the utility fund, $120,000 in the sanitation fund, and a total of $3,089,000. Down at the bottom, we summarize it. We have actually a decrease in cash of $421,000 on the utility fund, $454,000 increase in the sanitation fund, and of course we had $979,000 decrease in the enterprise fund, or a total of $945,000 for the year. But considering all the construction that was done, it's really not a big dollar amount of increases in cash. The other item is going back to page 13. I'm sorry, page 12. On page 12, at the very bottom, we show the net position of the utility funds. On the utility funds for the water and sewer, if you look at the unrestricted portion, we have $8 million there. And then if you look at the top on the cash section, you almost have $8 million in cash, which is a very good position to be in. Because whatever is unrestricted, you almost have it, almost have it all in cash at the very top. Out of $8 million you have in cash, only $1.6 million is restricted. And then on the waste fund, on the solid waste fund, on the garbage fund, you have an unrestricted position of $4,198,000, and you have almost $2 million in cash available. Plus, you have that long-term receivable of $2,053,000 from the general fund. So again, all of those funds are sitting very solid at the end of the year. Any questions? I'd like to go back to the back of the report. On page is 71. Has the schedule of federal expenditures and state assistance. And in here we note all grants that you had during the year and the expenditures by grant. On page 71, we have total federal assistance of $1,048,868. Most of that was spent on the EDC. At the very bottom of the page, we have the Public Works, Public Streets and Utilities grant for $509,000 from EDA, and we have the North American Development Net Bank was $250,000. These were the grants we used to construct the Lexus project on the freeway. And again, that was a good project because we didn't spend too much money on it. Most of it was grants. We have the 509 and 250. And Texas Regional Bank throwing in $50,000, so that project off the ground, completed. On state assistance, we only had $159,000 for the year. On page 75, we have the independent audit report on internal control of financial reporting and compliance and other matters, and other financial statements performed in accordance with government audit standards, and we don't have any negatives to report on this area of compliance. We also have on page 77 the audit report of compliance with each major federal program and the general control of compliance. And again, this is in reference to the two major programs that we have, the ADA and the NAPAC. Page 79. On 79, we have the summary of audited results, and we don't have any results reported or positive. Again, on page 81 and 82, this is the financial statement findings. Because we had findings last year, we had findings over control over financial reporting. And we were saying last year, because we wrote most of the report, so and now we're saying that the city didn't have the adequate resources to write the report. Well, that has been corrected. And we're showing, noting here the corrective action. The city is attending training to prepare and understand financial statements and disclosures as required. They will continue to attend seminars and classes to stay current with governmental accounting. So that finding is smart for the year. And then we had another finding on grant management, and we've also cleared that one this year. We noted that the city hired an accountant within the finance department that monitors grant the revenues and expenditures. Prior to this, we were dependent on the financial advisors to follow up on the grants, And some of the information sometimes was not in the city at the time that it came in. And that's the reason that we had noted that finding. But that has been cleared. You all have any questions?
So overall, the city is in good standards.
Overall, it's standing very solid in its financial position, but also doing very well throughout the year in terms of the expenditure that you have and the times that you take in the year. This is really quite a bit of work. It's all there in terms of construction.
Is there anything that you can recommend that the fire departments need to do to stay in those standards, or that you might see that you might be lacking in?
At this point, no, because the accounting was very complete to begin with. And they've indicated they're going to continue going with these courses because it really made a difference in going over the audit with Mr. Juan and Mr. Leroy. It made a big difference. Leroy actually helped us a lot in putting the audit together in terms of correcting certain areas on the report, which is also very helpful for us. But as far as the management, I think it's done very well. The city has done very well in managing its resources.
So in a nutshell, basically, this was pretty much a positive
Yes.
report, right?
Yes.
So with that being said, I'd just like to congratulate Leroy and your staff, sir, for doing a wonderful job in keeping the city moving forward. And you guys are the most important, well, everyone in the departments are, right? But, you guys are the first ones, the first hand where the money comes through. So once again, thank you so much for your work.
Also for Mr. Juan, thank you very much for working together with Leroy and continue the process of the Municipal.
Yes, most definitely, and Mr. Garcia, thank you so much. And, I don't remember when was the last time we had an audit, we had no findings whatsoever. This was an exception, but we have no findings. And again, thanks to the help of all the staff, all the departments, particularly Mr. Leroy, that every single day in and out of the morning to give us some reports and whatnot. But all in all, Mr. Juan, thank you as well for helping us out. But it was a total team effort, the whole city, all the department staff. Again, thank you all so much. And all for your support.
Yeah, and that's important because a lot of these grants have a time that we got to spend it. And, especially in the Nexus, we had some money extra that we had to spend. And so, use in the right way. And that's why sometimes, we got to be careful that we spend that all grant money on actual time. The time that it's given us to spend it. Congratulations.
Any other questions? If not, thank you so much, sir. Appreciate your work.
Really the opportunity to work.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
The next item of the presentation, we have the San Juan Community Lions Club report on the third annual Easter hunt to be held at Cardinal Thursday, June 18, 2019, from 10 p.m. to 8 p.m. Okay, Mr. Clark.
Good evening, Mayor Garza, Commissioners. My name is Adrian Carr. I'm here representing the San Juan Community Club as president, but also to just reiterate that we do these things for our community, and we have the help of our queens, and I'm going to introduce them, Ms. San Juan, Angela Huerta, Team Ms. San Juan, Jacqueline Carolina, and Little Ms. San Juan, Anissa Garcia, and they'll share a few words with you.
Mayor and Commissioners, the San Juan Lions Club and our Royal Court will be hosting the third annual Easter egg hunt at Cardinal Elementary Thursday, April 18, from 6 to 8 p.m. My sister Queens and I have been hoping to have approximately 6,000 Easter eggs with treats available. We would like to ask that this event be mentioned on our city's Facebook page. We are also looking for sponsors in order to cover events expenses like food for people there, and also workers and any treats there as well. Thank you.
And just to add to that, if you see it up here at the screen, you have the screen in front of you. That's the flyer that's going to be going out to all the San Juan elementaries. The first year that we had this, we only invited students from Carmel Elementaries because it was our first time around. And last year, we invited students from all the elementaries in San Juan, and we had over, you all were there, I know some of you all were there, over 350 students go out there and enjoy the festivities. So it's just going to get bigger and better. It does cost a little bit of money, and we are out there looking for sponsors. And again, any sponsorship help we can get from the city is greatly appreciated. So thank you all very much for your time and consideration.
So now, Mr. Carr, can anybody, give a donation to you?
Yes, sir. Anybody, parents, commissioners, mayors.
That's why I asked.
No pressure, no pressure. But yeah, we accept any donations, either monetary, which we'll be using to purchase the goods that we're going to be giving to the students. We try to do this free of charge for everything. The first year we gave out pizza to all kids, courtesy of one of our parents. And last year we gave out waters, drinks. We want this to be an event where parents can bring their kids and just have a little bit of fun. And it's community based. We don't get anything out of it. The queens are going to be the ones running the show. I'm just there. Myself and my fellow Lions are there just to monitor everything that's going on. Me as a principal, I'm making sure that everything's taken care of as far as the school. Again, because we're trying to make it bigger and better, I'm looking to do it behind the Carmen Elementary, which is at Big San Juan owns that. So I'm probably going to be making some more calls pretty soon, but we want to make this free for everybody. The parents are invited, but the kids are the ones going and getting the eggs. So we're looking forward to getting a lot of donations this week.
And for the record, who's the contact person?
The contact person is going to be myself, Adrian Carr, I'm the president, and any fellow line members. What I can do is I can forward that email to members of the city of San Juan.
Or if you can forward to Mr. Juan.
Okay.
However you like.
And I'll email you all our contact names and numbers.
So what kind of food do you think we have?
We do something easy, sir. Pizza, different drinks, water, sodas, and then we have the little plastic eggs. I think one of our queens.
How many pizzas are you talking about?
Sir?
How many pizzas are you talking about?
The first year we had maybe 20 pizzas that were donated. This year, again, we only had about 120 kids first year. There was some pizza that over last year we had 350. So we weren't prepared for that amount of people. So this year, we're looking at, really it's going to be a first come, first serve. So whatever pizza we get donated, it's going to be going out.
So how many pizzas do you need for this year?
How many pizzas?
An idea?
I would say 20 would be.
I'll go ahead and commit for 40 pizzas.
Oh, great. I appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much.
We'll send them from Peter Piper, just let us know what time we need them.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
What about the Easter baskets? You're gonna be asking for Easter baskets for next year?
I'm sorry, sir.
Easter baskets?
Yes, and the other thing we do is we also raffle off Easter baskets. So what we usually go out is to try to get sponsors for those. And as the kids come in, we give them tickets, and then the queens are the ones that draw the names and give out the Easter
How many baskets are you looking at?
Whatever is donated. Again, everything that we're doing, sir, is donation basis. So if we get 10 Easter baskets, we're going to give out 10 Easter. If we get 20, we're going to give out 20.
I'll go ahead and give you 10.
Great, thank you very much. I appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Anything else? Carr?
Thank
Thank you so much,
I
Mr.
appreciate it.
The next item, presentation of proclamation to declare the year 2018 as National Boys and Girls Scouts Week. Now we have Mr. Pomona. Mr. Juan, I'm sorry, sir.
Good evening, Mayor, good evening, Commissioners, good evening, Mayor for the Mata, CEO of the Board of Girls Club. We're here representing the Boys and Girls Club San Juan. We have club members and volunteers, and the unit director, Ms. Ana, is here as well. We have National Boys. We invite the commission to come out to our Boys and Girls Club San Juan. April 8th, we're having an open house. We invite all the community as well. Anybody who wants to go check out our services, please go over there to the Boys and Girls Club San Juan. That's April 8th, we're having an open house. And for all that week, which begins Monday, April 8th, it's free membership for anybody who wants to go for that week. Traditionally, fees are low. It's $30 for the entire calendar year to be a member of the Boys and Girls Clubs. We do offer scholarships for those that have 2, 3, 4 children. We have many payment arrangements. Pretty much nobody gets denied services at the Boys and Girls Club in San Juan or any of our local Boys and Girls Clubs. We do have a club volunteer who's going to say a few words, but I want to say thank you all very much. Y'all get the big picture. Okay, Boys and Girls Clubs are important. After school time is referred to Boys and Girls Club time. Because after school time is the second longest time kids have besides school when they're awake. Okay, now school is mandatory. Boys and Girls Club is not mandatory. So parents, take their children over there because they feed them, help them with their homework, physical fitness, technology programs, and they have awesome mentors there. So I want to thank you all for being leaders in San Juan and saying, hey, we support the Boys and Girls Club in our city. So thank you very much for that. And we have a club volunteer.
My name is Carlos Estrepo. I'm a senior at PJ Bears. Volunteering there at the Boys and Girls Club San Juan has given me a big opportunity, and working there, gives me a lot of, time to gain experience for the future and next step becoming, a fellow citizen here and becoming an adult gives me a lot of experience. Thank you.
Sure, thank you. So we have some gifts for you?
Yes, they came with some gifts, hoping you guys will support us on that week. They have a shirt for you guys, Boys and Girls Club San Juan unit, and also some goodies that you guys can wear, put them in your office. There's also a little pennant supporting the Boys and Girls Club in San Juan. It's different sizes, so we're hoping. I don't know, right?
You're petite, okay?
Mr. Mata, on the open house, what time is that going to be available?
Beginning at 4:30. 4:30 till we close, which is 7:30. But feel free to go. We're going to have food, fun, games, and the great thing is an open house, but we're providing the programs that we provide every day.
Right.
We let the community come in and see what we do. Some of them still don't know what Boys and Girls Clubs do, or that we're open. Some of them think we have a monthly fee, or we're super expensive, or we're not going to help them. So I want to let the community know, those that are watching on TV, come to the Boys and Girls Club. We don't turn anybody away.
Now, as far as the promotion, thank you. As far as the promotion stuff, could we also get that information to our IT department so that we can also put it on our page?
Yes, we can definitely email to the city of San Juan, to Mr. Arjona, and definitely, if you can, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Because it's for the city of San Juan, anybody that wants to go.
Let me, okay, because I'm going to go ahead and read the proclamation for the record, and I guess once I sign it, we can take a picture together. Okay? So at this time, under the National Boys and Girls Club Week, April 8th through April 12th, 2019, whereas the young people of San Juan, Texas are tomorrow's leaders, and whereas many young people need professional youth service to help them achieve their full potential, and whereas the Boys and Girls Club programs in our community positively impact over 13 lives of youth and teens in San Juan, Texas, and whereas Boys and Girls Clubs instill young people with the self-confidence to believe they can succeed at anything they put their mind to, and stand in front of their efforts in areas academic success, leadership, healthy lifestyles, good character, and citizenship. Whereas Boys and Girls Club organizations in Texas help ensure young people have a safe, supportive place to spend time and will provide them with quality youth development programs. Whereas the Boys and Girls Club of San Juan will celebrate National Boys and Girls Club Week with 4,000 clubs and over 2 million more children and teens nationwide. Now therefore, be resolved that I, Mario Garza, by the power vested in me as mayor of the city of San Juan, along with Mayor Pro Tem P. Garcia, Commissioner Jesus Jesse Ramirez, Commissioner Ernesto Neto Guajardo, and Commissioner Lenny Sanchez, hereby proclaim April 8 through 12, 2019 as Boys and Girls Club Week in San Juan, Texas. Thank you. Let me go ahead and sign. Go ahead and take it. Once again, let's give them a round of applause.
Moving on to the presentations, we have the presentation of the department reports. Tonight we have department reports, police department reports, fire department, department utilities, specific for you. Everybody should be here, so if you have any questions, you already have the reports.
You know me?
Go ahead, sir.
First, a couple of questions for utilities, Mr. Salinas. In your report, sir, unauthorized discharge, what is that?
That's when we have a sewer overflow. When the sewer lines clog, we have to report it to the state. They passed the law several years ago. Anything over 1,000 gallons has to be reported within 24 hours to a 1-800 number or fax. Within 5 days in written format explaining what happened, how it occurred, and how we cleaned it, and what mitigation we've done to address that when happening.
Do we get cited?
I'm sorry?
Could we get cited?
If we have plenty of them, if we have too many, we have. In fact, the last city that got cited was the city of Corpus Christi. They had, we're doing good.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next question, I also saw in your report, you list the number of backups reported, and there was 12.
Correct.
But 4 were, I guess, addressed. What happened to the other?
What happens with those backups is they'll call and say they have a sewer backup in their house. Before that we addressed were the ones that were actual backups in the house, and they came and paid the fee, and we took care of those. The other ones was something happening on the line, so we cleaned those. But the 4 that we did were somebody physically came in to pay the fee for us to maintain their.
Okay, but yeah, everything was addressed.
Everything was addressed.
And then you also stated there was the TCEQ findings. How long will it take for us to get the report?
The letter, we already received 2 of the letters, we're waiting on the final one. In fact, the letters were addressed, I got a copy of it, the other letter was addressed to the mayor, of course, and that office has already received the letters. And we've already addressed most of the findings. In fact, I'm submitting the last letter tomorrow for some pictures that we had to submit over at the wastewater plant. And the final one will be when they finish painting that water tower on North Longoria, which they're currently working on, and you've done by there, you've seen all the rigging, so that one, and then once we get the final letter for the wastewater plant, we shall understand.
All right, thank you, sir. My next question I made with Chief Gonzalez. I know we're getting calls again about the cruisers. I don't recall the exact ordinance that we passed a few years back. If there's a bite to it, what do we need to do to
We are going to continue to plan for it. We do have some enforcement coming up with expressions as well. We took some video with IP's help. It wasn't the amount of people that we expected it, but there was still some traffic there. So we plan to do some video release probably tomorrow, just to make sure that we push out the information that we need to start congregating in the area of San Juan, specifically in the areas of the businesses that are complaining. In fact, typically these cruisers just go to Spice stores on the north of Olama, and they just go to the traffic there. So, it is getting hectic already, and there's just too many of them. So we're trying to find ways to minimize that, and also to get assistance from other local law enforcement as well. And they are reaching out to us. The past 2 Thursdays ago, our DPA was helping us out with the council's office. So we are signing, we are going this way, and we're trying to do it the best we can with the manpower that we use.
Thank you, Chief. Go ahead. Chief Garza, I understand your report, plan reviews. I know we discussed it a few meetings back as far as a fee for the plan reviews. Have we taken any steps to kind of?
Currently, I just appointed a deputy chief, so I got some help on that. He just took a class.
Okay.
Completed his class. He tested today. We'll find out in a couple of days to see if he successfully completed the state requirement. And then as soon as, we could give you some time on that, Commissioner, as soon as I get him, boots running on the ground, I'll have him work on that as a priority to get some fees established. And I'll submit to the commission for approval on those fees.
Then the next question for you, sir. Fireman's Park. I know I went out there for a fundraiser, and there seems to be a lot of water there in that area where that leads to the kitchen itself.
Correct. Sanitation assisted us in filling that pothole that was there at the entrance as you're going in towards the kitchen.
Right.
Different place or for whatever reason. I have somebody going out there to check to see if they can find that leak. We currently shut it off, but the water still ponds there. It rains, it ponds there. So I just had them, as a matter of fact, today, go out there and take a look at it, and there was quite a bit of water. So tomorrow we'll flush it out.
And the last question for you, of course, is on the medical service, the ambulance service, I'm sorry?
Correct, yes, sir.
We had 14 delayed call responses this month.
That's correct, sir.
When do they give you as far as the reasoning behind it? I know the last time that it was also brought up, you were waiting for the response. I know you sent emails.
That's correct.
Why the delay?
I requested for the presence here, sir, so they can pretty much explain due to the fact that I think we had a little bit over 10, 14 delayed calls. So if you have any questions, I can have them step up to the podium and they can answer your questions.
You don't mind?
No, sir. Mike Gilbert with Metcalfe EMS. Yeah, we've been working with Chief Garza. I'm the Director of Operations. He's one of our operations coordinators. We've been working with Chief Garza and Chief Gonzalez also on different issues as they come up. We noticed this time of year, particularly in the report, the most recent report was from February, we had 14 delays. Some of those are delayed, some of them are not delayed. I think 3 of them turned out not to be delayed. What we noticed is February is a very busy month for us. We maintain our compliance of over 90%. Response time is under 8 minutes. 14 is a little up. Like I said, I think 3 of those are not, so we've been 11 delays. We address every single one of them. There are some human error in there. Those are addressed with remediation and whatever other action might be necessary through our HR. We've had a steady increase of about 3% volume over the last 3 months. We anticipate, as we are the 911 provider for San Juan, Alamo, ESB4, we have anticipated an increase in volume and see 2 additional trucks coming into the area in April, which should eliminate virtually all delays.
Originally, how many vehicles did you have available for someone?
We have 2 dedicated to the city of
You had
San
two dedicated.
Yes.
I know the last time that it was an issue where the response time was over 30 minutes, Chief Garza did inform us that you were going to add an additional vehicle.
Yes.
Available, so that would have been 3, correct?
Well, it will be 4 in this area. So you'll have, for instance, we have 2 dedicated to the city of San Juan, 2 dedicated to the city of Alamo. We have another one dedicated to ESD4. In addition, we're bringing in 2 trucks that will be able to move around and help all 3 areas.
Normally, where are they located, your units here?
What's the?
Intersection of Veterans and
499. Yes. We rent space there and are continually looking for different places to locate. If you have any ideas, please feel free to contact Chief, let us know.
No, but that's more or less in the,
Yeah, it gives us, that particular area gives us the quickest access around the city.
And it should, and that's why it's concerning to me, because I know there was one call where I guess there was a vehicle accident on the north side of town, on Olana, and it still took over 20 minutes to respond. So that's why.
Yes, sir. But one of the things, and I'm not going to make excuses, we meet our contractual obligations, but we're constantly looking to improve our response times. We're working with all of the ERs right now. We're enjoying the presence of the freestanding ERs. One of the problems that we have this time of year is our ambulances get into the emergency rooms and then are not able to get the patients offloaded and get out. So we end up with 2 and 3 ambulances stuck in the emergency room, waiting to offload. We've seen some decrease in that from the freestandings, but it's still a problem every year this time of year.
not times, if it's the